When you start building your personal brand in info space, the first question that comes to your mind is obviously, what kind of content should I make? Should I make broad content? Should I make niche content? The answer is obviously easy because you can understand what kind of service you have, what kind of situation you are in, right? But here's the weird part. Most people don't even know what that actually means. They don't understand how to create broad content, how to create niche content because the viewer behavior has changed, right? And you have to nail the approach. You have to nail the system in order to execute any approach that you are taking on. So what I'm doing in this video right now, I'm gonna break down the both system that we have, the broader content, the niche content, right? And not only that, which one you should choose, but also what kind of system you have to follow in order to nail that approach, right? And also how to ideate for each of those type of content, right? So let's just dive in. Okay, so before jumping into the actual approaches, we have to understand what is the difference between the broad content and the niche content, right? So I'm going to explain you through this table, right? The first of all, we have to understand that what kind of goal broad content has, right? And what kind of goal niche content has. Simple as that, the broad content has a simple goal is just to go viral, right? Or to get discovered. That's the goal. And what is the goal of niche content is to build authority and attract ideal audience. That's the main goal right here that you need quick business, right? That's the main goal right here. The style, what is the style that you're going to basically follow if you're executing broad content? It's going to be trend-based, universal topics, mass appeal, the type of topics which everybody's talking about out there, right? These are the topics that you have to actually follow. This is the style that you need in order to, nail the broader content. As for the niche content, it's all about the specific problems, frameworks, insider knowledge. You actually have to, become kind of a geek or nerd in your, industry in order to create the niche content. Talk about jargons, talk about, slangs of your industry, each and every stuff. So this is the style that you have to follow. As for the strength, obviously the broad content has the reach, momentum, shareability. This is the main strength of broader content. You get the virality, you get the attention, right? As for the niche content, the strength is depth, trust, monetization. You can, easily monetize your viewers, quickly as compared to the broader content. So this is the strength that niche content has. As for the weakness, obviously these both approaches got their weaknesses as well. The broader content has shallow audience and low retention. Again, the reason of shallow audience is that, again, your content is broad, right? Everyone is actually searching for it. And, if you are getting like, if you have built an audience of like 200 or 300,000, subscribers or followers, they're not going to buy your stuff, not specifically, 300,000 of them. So yeah, you have to keep in mind the weakness is shallow audience and the low retention. Obviously, the competition is very too high out there in broader content. So people can get over you in no time. As for the niche content, the weakness is obviously slower growth. You got limited discoverability because your content is niche and specific to, relevant to the audience, a limited audience out there. That's why you got limited discoverability. Now, if I have to, give you an example, right? For example, if you are in AI industry, right? And you want to talk about AI tools. And this is how you're going to basically, package your content. For example, if I have to package about something about AI tools in broader niche, what I'm going to basically do, AI tools, everyone should try, right? This is for everyone. So this is a broader, kind of a broader packaging. If I have to do, execute this in niche style, what I'm going to basically do, the best AI automation tools for HR managers, right? You can see that I have, limited the audience with my title right here, right? So this is the approach. If I have to, give you a simple differentiation. This is the differentiation that I'm talking about. So just make sure that, this is the main difference, right? Okay, now if I have to show you some visual examples in terms of, video content so that you guys can have a better idea that what kind of packaging and what kind of approach I'm talking about here. You got two examples right here, two columns. On the left side, you got broader content. On the right side, you got niche content, right? And let's open this first video from broader content. This video right here, this video is ideated by our team. Almost 2 years ago, I tried Educate's Hustler University 4.0 with $1,000 realistic results. And you can see that how this video is ideated, right? And, executed and packaged. Each and every pillar that we have executed for this one right here is based on the virality. That's why it gained like 2.6 million views, right? And, the thing is that you can see that the packaging, the thumbnail right here, you can see that we have added Educate right here, right? Our client, Econ King on the left side. And you can see that the packaging of the whole video, was about, a trend that was booming at that time. Andrew Tate and his Hustler University 4.0, right, 2 years ago. So based on that, he actually ideated this piece of content, and this is the approach. This is one of the example of broader approach. After the next one, this video is from Jordan Bound. It's a long course on e-com, right, dropshipping, and you can see that the title is Beginner's Guide to Dropshipping in 2025. And this video is again like I guess 4 million views up till now. And again, the packaging is based on the broader content. It's not for niche audience, right? Even the title is saying beginners, right? As the third video we got, uh, this video is from Sabri Subi, right? And you can see the packaging right here, how luxury brands brainwash you to buy. It's for everyone. He's not, calling a specific ICP right here. He's calling the specific industry, right? The luxury market. So yeah, this is again packaged for broader content, right? Packaged for virality. It has gained like 3.2 million views. Now, if I have to show you some examples on the niche content, right? For example, the first video is from uh, Daniel Fazio. You can see the title right here, how to get an agency slash B2B business to $30,000 per month as fast as possible. And you can see that the title is too clustered here, right? And as compared to this one right here from the video of Andrew Tate, you can see that the title is so much, based on the concept, a challenge concept. And as compared to this one right here, it's just about how to, right? But he is calling a specific ICP out there, agency and business owners, right? And you can see the thumbnail is nothing. It's randomly, taken out from his video. And if I open this video, you can see that he just, he has this open his, Gamma doc, and he's, breaking down whatever the information that he has on this topic right here. And this video is getting like 13,000 views, right? And believe me, this video right here, if I have to compare this video with this one, which, executed by Ecom King, obviously this video right here has done more business than this, because again, it's niched, it's for a specific audience, and, not everyone can relate to this information right here. As for the second creator, we got Serge Gatari. Again, he also creates these kind of videos, these kind of approach he follows, where he create niche content. And you can see that how I deliver for build and release clients full SOP. He broken down the information that he has on this topic right here. Now, as for the third video in niche content, this is from my business partner, Abdullah. And you can see that the idea right here is how to do YouTube ideation that books do $20,000 to $40,000 worth of calls, live results. And it's a niche content, right? It has gained like 1,000 niche. But we know that how much business this video has given to us. So this is the niche content. This is the broader content. And I hope that with these examples, you guys kind of have, some kind of context that what kind of packaging, what kind of approach we are talking about here. So after examples, it's the main question comes that how to choose the right path for you, right? Again, you got two approaches. Still, you don't know that what kind of approach you have to take. So just ask yourself these three questions. Do I want fast reach or deep influence, right? Am I early stage or already have a community? Do I sell something to a specific type of person? For first, again, if you want fast reach, it's simple as that. You have to go with the, broader approach, because you want virality, you want attention, right? But if you want deep influence, again, deep influence and business, obviously, right? Then you have to go with the niche content, because you are solving problem for a specific audience and you are directly relevant to them. So the first question, answer it accordingly. You understand what kind of scenario you are in, what kind of situation you are in. Am I early stage or already have a community? Again, it depends on you. The best plan right here is that, if you don't have any kind of community, the first thing is to, go niche, right? And, build audience around your brand. And then once you, created some kind of community, maybe community of 20,000 people, 15,000 people, even 5 or 10,000 people, whenever you think that, it's enough right now, I can pivot. Then you are going to start creating broader content as well. This is the strategy that you should follow. The third thing again is simple. If you are selling something specific to someone, then you have to go niche. Going niche content is no negotiable. You have to go that path. So this is how you can, choose between what kind of approach you have to take. Now, what I'm going to basically do after this, I'm going to, explain you guys that what is the first approach, which I call the mass interface. What is the system that you have to, follow in order to execute this strategy perfectly. Then I'm going to talk about the second approach, which is the authority conversion. Again, niche content system that you need to follow, right? In order to nail your strategy. And after that, I'm going to talk about how to actually ideate for both of these, right? So yeah, let's talk about the first approach, which is the mass influence, which the broad content system. Now again, built for creators who want reach, virality, cultural presence, and top of funnel influence, right? Core objective is to generate mass attention, spark curiosity, and build widespread visibility using concept first content. Now, and I'm going to explain that what I mean by concept first content. Now, as for the content strategy, you got three platforms right here. You got YouTube, you got Instagram, and you got either you got LinkedIn or you got X. It depends on you, right? It's optional, but still, if you have, it's good. As for the YouTube, right? YouTube is going to be your main hub, right? And you have to create long form content again on it. But I'm going to explain that what kind of content I'm talking about here. Then Instagram is going to be your content amplifier, right? And if you're talking about YouTube, right? The first thing obviously comes to everyone's mind. If we talk about broader content, right? It's something that again, as I mentioned in the previous, one example that about the AI tools, right? If I'm in AI niche, right? AI automation niche, and I have to talk about AI tools in any of my video, and I'm creating broader content, right? If I am creating video like three type of tools everyone should use, right? So I don't think that that video is gonna work, right? Because it doesn't have any kind of concept. This is you have to understand. This is what I mean by create concept first content. Because if you're creating tutorials or opinions, right, it's not gonna work because the competition again is too high, right? And what you have to actually do, you have to frame your ideas using metaphors, narrative challenges, lifestyle setups or emotional triggers, something like that. If I have to give you an example, right? I built an AI business in 24 hours with $0, right? Instead of talking about how to automate with AI, I'm going with this title right here, this packaging. I built an AI business in 24 hours with $0. You can see that this packaging right here has a concept in it, right? And what you're going to prioritize is you have to prioritize storylines, you have to prioritize visual hooks, each and every stuff in order to come up with a concept or execute that concept up to perfection. For example, if I have to show you one video right here, right? This is the type of videos that you have to create on YouTube in order to compete with, the competitors that you have, right? Because again, if you are creating broader content, the competition is way, way higher than, the niche content. Let me just show you this video right here. Now, this video recently went viral, and it's popping in everyone's feed right now on YouTube, especially in info space. And you can see that this video has gained like 1.1 million views in 2 months, right? And the creator got like 57,000 subscribers right now. You can see that this number of views, right, this fast is obviously surprising. And this video is executed with this packaging right here. You can see that the title here is "I locked myself in a room until I made $1 million." Now, the thing is that in this video, what this creator, Jamie, is talking about, he's talking about his life story, right? How he, went from making $0 to $1 million, right? And he could have ideated this video. He could have packaged this video like the way I am saying, right? How I went from $0 to $10,000 per month to make $1 million per month, anything, right? He could have executed the title and the package according to that. Even the execution, he could have sat in front of the camera and talked about his story, right? That again, rather than doing that, because everyone is doing that, right? It's easier to do. It's easy to do it. What he actually, done here, he created a metaphor out of his story. I locked myself in a room until I made $1 million. Now, this title is suggesting, it's creating sort of a scenario in our mind that he's actually locking himself in this video, right, to make $1 million. But that's not actually true. It's more like a storytelling video. It's more like a short film where he's talking about, he had to lock himself in a room. He had to cut people off in order to make $1 million, right? He had to concentrate. So yeah, this is the metaphor that he used. He used this sacrifice metaphor right here, because everyone does that. You have to cut your fun time. You have to cut people off. You have to be, you have to focus more, and locking yourself in a room is kind of like a metaphor, right? So this is how this is packaged, right? And you can see that there are a lot of other videos as well on YouTube where you can see that it's based on, challenges, based on some different metaphors. For example, there are a lot of videos on YouTube right now, which are packaged as give me 5 minutes or give me 30 minutes, and I'll show you the best trading strategy or something like that. The thing is, these are all metaphor, right? And you can easily execute those. As for the bigger concepts, you can take on challenges, right? For example, right here, the one idea that I've mentioned, I could have ideated how to automate with AI, but I've added a concept to my idea and I've created something. I built an AI business in 24 hours with $0. This is the concept that you have to add. Take on some kind of a challenge, right? Uh, or maybe you can ideate something. I built an AI business in 24 hours to prove it's not luck, right? I could have ideated this video like that as well. So just make sure that your videos are based on the concepts, right? Not just the broader approach. This is what's going on right now. So yeah, this just make sure that you have this one right here. As for the Instagram, now this is very interesting. Now there are a lot of strategies out there on for Instagram, and your main goal again is get as much eyeballs as you can. And one of the strategy that I'm going to talk about here is being used by Jordan Baum right now. It's also being used by creators like Andrew Tate, Iman Mangechi, right, Alex Hormozy, so big creators as well. But the thing is that right now Jordan is actually following this, and let's talk about this strategy right here. And I'm going to also talk about what kind of videos, what kind of content you have to make, because again, it's reach. It's all about reach, and you don't actually the quality isn't enough here. You also need quantity, right? So first of all, this is Jordan Brown, right? He got two Instagram accounts right now. The first one is this, right, where it's Jordan Brown, right, where he execute informative content. It's talking head videos and all those stuff, right? And on this one right here, on the second account, which is Jordan Brown Life, here he uploads videos like the lifestyle type of content. Let me just show you, right, so that you guys can have a better understanding what I'm talking about. This is Jordan Brown. He got like 358,000 followers on this account, and you can see that he's creating talking head videos right here, random talking head videos, and repurpose videos from his YouTube as well, and he's getting good number of views. Now, as for the second account, right, let's talk about this one, Jordan Brown Life. Now, the content he's uploading on this channel is way different from the one on that one, Jordan Brown. And you can see that he got like 507,000 followers, and he has mentioned that Jordan Brown is his main account, right? And you can see the videos that he's executing here. There are no talking heads. He's he's creating live story videos, maybe template based videos, right? You can see that these kind of videos I'm talking about, copywriting reels, lifestyle kind of content. You can see these type of videos a lot on some from some other creators as well, right? Like Onua Brothers, when they were making a good number of content. It's everyone is actually using these type of videos, right? I'd say because it's easier to create, right? You just need B-roll footage, and you can add copies on it. So this is the type of content that he's creating on this second account. And what he's actually doing, he's uploading like 2 reels on this account every day, and you can also see also check that 1 to 2 reels per day from his main account as well. So what he's actually doing again is as simple as he's building audience on the second account where he's getting a lot of traction and throwing that traction to his main account, right, or his YouTube channel. So this is one of the strategies that you can actually follow, right? But again, you must have a good marketing team behind, especially in terms of quantity, right? Obviously, quality really matters here, but quantity is king. So just make sure that you got all the stuff ready out there. And as for the type of content that you should create, every type of reel out there, every type of style, which you can see that it has virality. Go for the trends, go for the controversies, right? Go for the the topic which your competitor is talking about, and you can see that the views are in right there. Later in this video, obviously, I'm going to explain that how to actually ideate, right, in depth. So yeah, this is the strategy that you can actually follow for your Instagram, right? And again, main goal is to divert your audience from your main brand. So make sure that follow these pointers for Instagram and YouTube. As for the LinkedIn or X, it's more like your distribution layer, right? What you can do here, use content transcript from YouTube, right? Broader trend-based post. Just again, go for the broader approach. Talk about the trends. Talk about the type of topics which is relevant to everyone, because that's your goal. Share cultural opinions, macro observations, right, or storytelling threads. Again, the same thing. Now, as for this system, right, here are 4 pillars that you have to keep in mind, right? And you cannot, negotiate on these 4 pillars. if you want to nail this system up to the mark. The first one is concepts. Concepts are king, right? If you are ideating your videos based on the kind of approach that everyone is taking on, right? I'm talking about just a random YouTube idea, just like I've mentioned, right? Then obviously your video is not going to work. This approach is already dead because it's more about the concepts right now than context, right? So go for the concepts, create some kind of interest in your videos, challenges, or maybe uh, some kind of controversies, each and every stuff, right? As for the second one, we got controversies. Again, hot takes, disruptive beliefs, right? Controversy is one of the is one of the pillar that can really get you eyeballs, right? Because you are already talking about something which is in trend, right? So make sure that you have this as well in your content. As for the culture, tap into trends, collective behaviors, whatever is trending. Just make sure that you dive onto the topic because this is what your goal is. As for the consistency, again, volume matters more than polish. This you have to keep in mind that this is not going to work if you are not, consistent. And I'm not talking about the normal consistency, especially on Instagram. You have to pump videos at least 2 per day, right? And I'm talking about this for one account, right? There are a lot of other strategies as well you can actually follow, right? If you create some different conceptual videos, you can go with one account as well. But this is the type of content which is easy to execute because I feel like that, the second account that I was showing you uh, from Jordan Bound Life, this is the easiest content that you can ideate on Instagram right now, period. So yeah, make sure that you got these 4 pillars ready. And again, this system is how creators get seen everywhere fast, not always high converting, but highly magnetic. That's your goal. Obviously, you will be able to monetize your audience, but as compared to the niche audience, it's going to take some time here. Now, as for the second approach, we got the authority conversion, which is the niche content system, right? And let's talk about this. It's built for creators, right? Who want to build trust, educate deeply, and convert a qualified audience into customers. Simple as that. And I think the last uh, objective is really important here. And 80% of the audience, they are choosing this system, this approach only to get, clients as fast as possible. So convert attention into action, right? That's the goal right here. Now, as for the content strategy, its content strategy is way, different from the broader approach that we have talked about in the previous slide. Now, as for the YouTube, you have to make sure that YouTube is your sales asset. You just keep in mind that this is something, where you are showing your expertise, right? You're solving problems. Do not hold back, right? Because, the system works something like this. You are showing audience that how to actually solve a problem. You're actually solving their problem, in video, right? But you're not actually applying that solution into their system, right? So you are going to basically sell the system, the application, right? So this is how you are going to execute these videos. And as for the as for the niche content, create content that solves one specific problem. You have to keep in mind that you are not going to create a 2 to 3 hour long video and solve 3 to 4 problems in one go. You don't actually have to do that because SEO is not going to work like that. You just have to make sure that one problem per video, right? Whatever the time period of the video is, right? Maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. It's all up to the problem what kind of a problem that you are solving, right? So create content that solves one specific problem per video. Talk directly to your ICP, ideal client personas. Keep in mind that, you are in a meeting, right? And you are talking to a specific audience out there. For example, in this video, I'm talking about the info creators, right? So I know that I have designed each and every aspect of this doc according to the audience that I want to, talk about, right? So make sure that you talk directly to your ICP, right? No need for cinematic editing, clarity, aesthetics, right? Make sure that clarity is there rather than the aesthetics. You have to keep this in mind. You're not creating some kind of a short film, or your goal is not to get eyeballs, all the eyeballs out there. Your goal is to solve the specific problem. Get the audience who is interested in your, in your service or offer that you have. So yeah, make sure that, and again, think of YouTube as your sales letter in video form. Just, keep this in mind. And if I have to give you some example of what kind of, packaging that you can do, for example, how to qualify leads automatically if you are a solo coach, right? And you can see that this is one example that I've given you. And in This one right here is from Daniel Fazio, and he hasn't created one video, right? His whole channel is actually based on these kind of videos. If I have to show you right here, you can see that he got like 28,000 subscribers. You will be shocked to, you know, hear this, that Daniel is, he's making like $1 million per month from just 28,000 subscribers. Really, he got his paid community, which is client ascension right here. And you can see that the number of views he's getting, 3.8 thousand, 1.9 thousand, 2.2 thousand, right? And all the videos are either based on his case studies, right? Or the specific, specific type of topic, which is ICP wants to listen to, right? For example, right here, my $10 million VSL script, how to use AI to write video sales strategies. You can see that he's talking about VSL script right here. It's a niche topic. Uh, Here we got some other videos as well. How to sell any B2B offer, right? How to get any agency slash B2B business to $30,000 per month. I've shown you this video right here. You can see that he's not working on thumbnail. He's not working on packaging of the video, right? It's all simple. The main information is in the video, right? Where he's literally talking about this, the main problem that his ICP is facing. And if you are one of his ICP and if you're going through his videos, you can literally feel that he's literally like he's talking to you directly. So yeah, just make sure that this is your, essence while executing these kind of videos. Just go for the problems. Don't go for the packaging. Don't go for the, editing, all those stuff. As for the second one, we got second platform. It's Instagram, the top of the funnel. Now this is very interesting. Now, again, our goal in the broader content with Instagram was to, to get as many eyeballs as we can, right? This was the goal. But on Instagram, it's more about the kind of audience, the kind of ICP actually that you want to talk to, right? And what you're going to basically do, you're going to create reels which are going to funnel your viewers from Instagram to your YouTube. And then later on, you can, drop them to your maybe calendar or the sales set or the landing page, whatever you have, right? And how you're going to basically do that, you are going to create a certain type of reels, right? I had created one video on these type of reels specifically, which is really, really good. I'll try to share that video in the description. If I have to show you, for example, the first video right here, we ideated this video for one of our client, Casper SMC, and you can see that we got his his B-roll, his lifestyle footage. You don't need, and the copy on top is, you don't need an overpriced degree to understand these trading concepts, right? And we have shown some trading concepts right here. And after the video, we are just showing the time frames of the YouTube video, right? You have to watch these in order to understand all of those concepts. And on, in caption, what we are doing, we are forcing audience to, comment a certain word so that we will send you the video. Although the topic of this video is not niched, so make sure that your topic is niche so that audience can, you can funnel the audience from views, right? So yeah, this is one. If I have to show another format of these kind of reels, you can go through this one right here. This is Hamza Automates, and he creates these kind of videos where he basically break down the content, right? And you can see that he's talking to a specific audience, who he wants to talk to. He's talking to personal trainers right here, and you can see that the views are not that much. He got 513 likes on this video, but you can see that these all comments that are under his video, they're all his ICP, right? He can literally sell something to any of these guys. So yeah, it's funneling down to his YouTube channel. And yeah, this is one of the format. What you can basically do, if you got any kind of sales, as maybe you have created some kind of a gamma doc or maybe a Miro board, right? Breaking down any of the problem that your ICP is facing, right? What you can do, that maybe create a mini board or maybe something like this, which is easier to design and execute, and create a short reel to promote your YouTube video, right? Like you can see that in the in caption, he mentioned comment coach to get this automation course, right? So yeah, this is another format that you can follow. And these are the type of video that you're going to have to create, right? In order to get the best out of your Instagram. There are some other formats as well for these kind of videos, which you can check on Instagram, right? And I'm going to share the whole YouTube video, which I've already uploaded in my YouTube. You can also go through that in order to understand what kind of concepts I'm talking about here. And just make sure that both of these are connected, your YouTube and your Instagram. As for the LinkedIn or X, it's simple as that. You have, you got the transcripts from YouTube, right? You have you have your information. You can create POV posts. You can break down. You can create breakdown posts. Maybe you can create some kind of carousels, sorry to solution carousel style formats. You can do that, and actually you can create formats carousels on Instagram as well, because those are working right now, and we can easily execute that type of content. Now, as for the LinkedIn or X, I feel like this is uh, really important in terms of business acquisition. And if I have to compare its role to the broader system, right? LinkedIn is playing a good role here. So make sure that this is in your strategy, right? Don't make this an optional. It's not that hard. It's not that time consuming. Just make sure that platforms are connected to each other in terms of information. Again, these two platforms have the similar goal: to divert audience for your YouTube, because that's where you are going to convert your audience. Now, again, we got some system pillars as well. You have to execute these. You have to keep in mind these four pillars in order to nail this strategy. First is you have to be specific, right? One problem, one solution, one audience. Just keep in mind this. Your content is not for everyone. ICP clarity, know exactly who you're talking to. Simple as that, right? Simplicity, no trend chasing, just direct value. You are not going to follow any kind of trends or talk about any fluff, right? Just make sure that it's simple, it's clear, and it's on point. You're not there to waste any time. You're not there to waste any of your viewers' time. And funnel design, turn awareness into action, newsletter, community service, etc. Yeah, this is really important. I mean, nothing's not worth. Like I've this is the reason that I've mentioned it multiple times, that your LinkedIn, Instagram is going to divert your audience to YouTube, because this is actually a funnel, right? It's kind of funnel. So you keep in mind that it's connected. And after YouTube, obviously, make sure that you are easily accessible to the audience, right? Maybe you have set up your maybe newsletter, or your email, or anything like that, maybe your landing page, so that audience can actually access you to get the business. So up till now, what we actually did, right, we've talked about two approaches right here. The first one was the mass influence, right, broader content system. The second one we talked about is second of the authority conversion, right, the niche content system. And also, before explaining on actually how to ideate for both of these approaches, I want to give you a quick ideation hack, which will clear your mind, and which will sort of give you a more clarified differentiation between both of these approaches. And this angle will surely help you broaden your uh, marketing angles. First is, if we are ideating broader content, right, you have to keep in mind that obviously the goal here is to get mass attention and get virality, right? So what you have to do is that you have to merge your industry with broader topics, right? The topics which are more relevant, the industries which are more relevant to the audiences, right? So, for example, let's say if your industry is fitness, right? And obviously, not everyone is into fitness, right? Right? But there are some other topics which are broadly relatable to a bigger audience, right? For example, pop culture, movies, something like that. You can find some other industries as well, which is obviously broadly relatable to everyone, right? Now, what you can do is that, you have to collaborate between the industries. For example, if I'm ideating a broader content and I'm in a fitness niche, right? What I can do is that, rather than creating a simple video, maybe 5 exercises you should do to burn your belly fat, right? Uh, I can sort of create some different concept, but with the collaboration of a bigger industry. For example, I can ideate a content like fitness expert reacting to iconic fitness movie scenes, right? And obviously, you can see that, right? By this approach, you can target a bigger audience, because your industry is not relevant to everyone, right? Or maybe not a broader or bigger audience, right? But the movies and the pop culture is relevant to the bigger audience, right? Everyone watches movies. Everyone, you know, likes to relate themselves to pop culture. For example, uh, if you are in luxury marketing, what Louis Vuitton can learn from Marvel Studios, right? Fitness coach reacts to Rocky Balboa training scenes. In finance, breaking down money lessons in the Wolf of Wall Street. And you can see that how I actually merged my industry topics, right, with broader industries like movies or pop culture. And this is how you can do it, right? Niche industry plus mass topic is equal to viral potential. This is one of the approach that you can take, right? And it can obviously click a bigger audience out there. And you can do that for not just for your YouTube content. You can do that for your Instagram reels as well, right? Maybe create some kind of a series, or maybe find your own content format based on this, right? For example, I had a client, right? Let me show you his content idea that I actually ideated based on this query that I'm talking about. Now this is Hamza. Hamza is an email marketing niche, right? And obviously email marketing for e-commerce brands, right? But the thing is that obviously industry is not that broad. It's not relevant to everyone. But again, if we are talking about uh, pop culture here, like that industry is relevant to a bigger audience, right? So what I've actually done here, for example, I did one one Instagram reel here, which obviously I'm gonna turn into a serialized type of content, right? Uh, I've created this video right here, how I'd make Heisenberg's product an extra $2 million with just emails. You can see that, right? I'm talking about Heisenberg here, the character from Breaking Bad, right? And that TV series is really popular. What I'm actually doing right here is that I'm talking about Heisenberg and his product and how Hamza can, add extra $2 million with just emails, right? And I've, executed the whole script right here, and Hamza is actually recording this video. So you can see that what I've actually done here, I've taken the, bigger industry, right, and merge it with my niche industry that I have. So yeah, this is one approach that you can actually take, and this is really interesting. And I've got this idea from this channel right here, GQ videos, and they actually create these kind of videos. You can see that a Navy SEAL breaks down combat scenes from movies, right? And you can see a lot of other videos based on a similar format, right? And they are getting a good number of views, right? For example, US Marine breaks down military movies. So based on this, I've actually I did it not just this idea for Hamza. I've actually I did some other videos for some of our clients as well, right? And to just make sure that always if you're going for virality, make sure that to merge your industrial topics to the broader topics, right? So yeah, this is the approach that you can take for broader content. This can really work wonders for you. Now, as for the authority conversion, right? If you want deep influence, right? If you want a business first, again, it's simple. It's not that much, different from what I'm going to actually teach you later in this video. It's something that you come up with your own concepts, right? It's something like that. If you're talking about a method or formula, make sure that first of all explain it like no one is explaining out there, right? And make sure to give some kind of a process name to it, right? More like a you are actually copywriting it, right? And you give it your trademark rather than explaining some strategy. Give it sort of a name so that audience, whenever audience, anyone is talking about that specific approach, your name comes onto the table. So yeah, just make sure that teach people your way, right? Position yourself as authority and attract high quality leads. That's it. And you will see I've added some examples right here, right? My 3-step luxury brand positioning system, the content layering method for service businesses. You just make sure that uh, always find a better angle, a different angle, right, from your point of view, so the audience can know you for your own style, right? So yeah, this is a quick ideation hack, and then after this I'm going to explain you how to actually ideate for both of these approaches, right? Also, let's talk about how to actually ideate for these approaches, right? The first one is the mass influence, right? And again, the first thing that I've mentioned, and you have to keep this on top of your list while ideating videos for your mass approach, mass influence approach, where you want virality, right? That concept is the key, right? You have to keep this in mind. You have to go for the concepts, not just the broader approach, right? I've got table here, ideation table right here, and I'm gonna show you first these basic topic, right? And then we are going to talk about how you can turn these into a conceptual based ideas, right? The first one is how to build an AI automation, right? Simple topic, right? And we can find at least 80 to 70% of videos based on these kind of packagings on YouTube, right? This is what we are not going to do, right? Now, if I have to add a concept in this title, right, this basic topic, this is going to be something like, I tried building a full AI business in 1 hour, right? Now you can see that this has a challenge. The concept, the challenge is the concept in this video, right? In this title, and you can see that how this is looking way much better than this, right? The second one we got is how I scale my agency. And if I have to, add some kind of concept to this idea right here, I'm gonna turn this into, I lock myself in a room until I hit $10,000 per month, or I lock myself in a room until I scale my agency to $10,000 per month, or $500,000 per month, yeah, right? You can see that the metaphor right here is the concept, and again, it's way better, you know, uh, way better engaging than this right here. It's looking dead. The third one is the truth about passive income, right? And here is passive income is a lie. Here's what works in 2025, right? It got the concept right, but it's still, if I have to, add more concept to it, right? I can ideate better than this right here. Uh, And yep, we got multiple options right now. And I can talk about the truth about passive income, right? We got the passive income right here. Uh, Passive income, I can talk about, I've made $5,000, $10,000 per week or per month from this passive income, right? This passive source, passive income source, maybe in Amazon or anything like that. To prove it's not luck, I can do that as well. Again, it's engaging as compared to the ones we have right here. As for the last one, how to stay productive as a solopreneur, right? I can, turn this into a better concept. Give me 30 minutes. I'll show you how to stay productive as a solopreneur, right? You can see that again, the concept, the trend that I was talking about. So you can see that the basic topic right here, it's not that engaging, right? But if we are adding concepts to our titles, concepts to our packaging and execution, you can see that it's way more interesting than this one. So make sure that go with these kind of ideas, right? And now, what is the goal of these topics? Again, these are packaged with virality in mind, right? Target universal options, right? Like challenge, curiosity, define storytelling. You have to make sure that this is in your content, and just keep this thing in your mind. You have to turn watch into why should I care moment. I mean, if I'm looking at your content, the first thing comes to my mind should be, why should I care? I can answer, I've got your title is, giving me answers that question in my mind. Why should I care? It's not about watch, right? So just keep in mind that inject concepts to your ideas. Now, as for the broader content checklist, you have to keep these checklists always on top, because if you want to execute this up to the mark, right? If you want to ideate the best content out there, these are the things that you have to keep in mind. Again, big ideas first. I've mentioned multiple times. Think in concepts. Second is packaging is everything. Believe me, packaging really matters here, because uh, you know it's it's the first impression that your audience is getting from your packaging, which is title and thumbnail. So you have to keep in mind that it's executed up to the mark. Think of it, you are competing with Mr. Beast, right? Although Mr. Beast doesn't have that kind of engaging title, personally, I think of it like this. But still, there are a lot of uh, good thumbnails that you can actually follow. So a strong thumbnail idea built into the title, emotional plus curiosity based titles, when right, packaging is everything. The first three things that audience is going to basically judge you on, right? And you are going to get the viewer win on these three things. The first is title, the second is thumbnail, and third is going to be your intro, right? If these three cores, if these three pillars are assisting each other or relevant to each other, then you are getting the viewer, right? That's the stuff. So you have to keep in mind this. So yeah, emotional plus curiosity based titles win. As I mentioned, this script to retain. The first 5 second must hook, midpoint must build curiosity, right? You have to open a curiosity in your viewer's mind, and if you want to know the how to write a perfect viral intro in InfoSpace app, upload a video. You can go through that video as well. I'm going to try to mention this video in description as well. Now, as for production quality matters, right? Use pattern interrupts, visual sound edits, design like you're competing with Mr. Beast level attention spans. Now, execution wise, you can think of Mr. Beast, because the execution is really, really good, right? If you are watching his videos, you are literally hooked. So just make sure that your whole video is creating that sort of effect on the viewer, that it's creating a loop again and again. You're hooking the viewer after every 2 minutes of your video, right? And then you're releasing that, stress, you're releasing that tension, you're satisfying the viewer, and then again you're hooking. This is the structure that you must follow, right? In order to hit the target. And again, as I've shown you the above video, I locked myself in a room until I made $1 million. That video got the perfect title, perfect thumbnail, it got perfect intro, and not only that, it got the execution is up to the mark. That's why that video has gained like 1.1 million views, right? So just make sure that your content here is conceptually strong, not just in terms of title or the thumbnail, but in terms of execution as well. So don't just tell. Just keep this in mind, right? No fluff, interlaid, leave early. Your pace is your edge. You're building reach. Views first, credibility second, monetization third. Just keep in mind this structure, right? Attention first, then credibility. Obviously, you will get the credibility part as well, and then you are going to monetize the audience, right? So this is the strategy through which you can actually ideate these type of videos, right? And you can see this chart right here to get more information. Now, as for the authority conversion approach, right? How to ideate for authority conversion approach? You have to keep in mind that you are creating content for a specific audience, right? Keep that ICP in your mind as like you are actually solving a problem for them in one video, right? One problem per video. Now, if I have to show you some random topics, and these are the same topics we've used in broader approach, right? In the broader ideation, and we got the same topics right, and now we are going to basically turn these topics into niche style hooks and the concepts, right? Ideas actually. For example, the first one, how to build an AI automation, the same idea, right? The niche style idea is going to be how I automated my client's lead gen with one AI workflow, no Zapier. You can see that how niched this is, right? The second one is how I scaled my agency, the exact onboarding process that let me handle 5 clients alone, right? Again, it's talking about the onboarding process of the agency, right? If this topic by there, how I scale my agency, it could be anything. It could be marketing. It could be it could be service itself, right? How he scaled his agency, right? You know, he can talk about by the title of it. The first impression that I'm getting that the video will have all the pillars of how to scale agency, right? But if I'm looking at this title right here, the exact onboarding process, you can see that it's niche. This concept is talking about a specific pillar of scaling agency, the onboarding process, right? So yeah, you can see that how niche this is. And the third one is the truth about passive income, how I built. Now, if I have to turn this, how I built $500 per month mini income stream selling Airtable templates. Again, you can see that it's niched, right? It's for a specific audience who are interested in passive income, but they are more interested in selling Airtable templates, right? How to stay productive as solopreneur, how I plan my week as a solo coach to stay focused and avoid burnout. I feel like this one could have been ideated way better, right? But still, I think you guys are having some kind of an idea that how to actually turn a simple basic topic into into an idea of niched approach, right? Now, what these topics focus on again, these are narrow and targeted, right? They focus on uh, real results for real people, and you know you are speaking directly uh, to your ICP, and you're just literally solving their pain points. So this is the whole goal of these kind of approach. So we got the checklist right here, as we have gone through the broader checklist as well. We got one here in the niche content as well, and you have to keep in mind pointers in order to execute the perfect system for your niche content. The first is specific audience plus specific problem is equal to powerful hook. Your title should feel like a private conversation, not a billboard, right? You have to keep in mind you're talking to a single person, right? With ICP, single person. You're not talking at some kind of event, right? Just keep in mind this. Depth wins over hype. Again, solve one problem in depth, not 5 on the surface. You have to keep this in mind because it's gonna get clustered, right? If you solve 4 to 5 problems in one video, right? One problem at one time. Include context, method, result, lesson. That's it. Nothing fancy. You don't need cinematic quality. Phone camera plus good lighting is more than enough. You don't need all of those stuff, right? The animation, right? Or maybe I'd say that some kind of a cinematic way of storytelling. No, you don't need any of those stuff. You just need to open your camera and execute like the way I am executing this video, right? As for again the another point here, prioritize clarity, story structure, and teaching. As I mentioned, this low views, high value. You have to keep in mind that if you're getting low views, that doesn't mean that you're not growing, right? Because 1,000 live people is far more important than 100,000 random viewers. Period. You have to keep this in mind, right? So if you're getting low views, don't think that your content is not relevant. The whole system is designed to get you low views, right? Because you can actually sell to those 1,000 people, right? So this content converts, build a list or fuel offers. Again, as I mentioned, transcripts is equal to repurposing machine. Literally, this is really interesting right here because repurposing, if you are taking transcripts out from your content, and you are literally repurposing this. Those pieces of content are, those can be your promotional pieces of content for your LinkedIn or for your X, and you can literally use it because the type of information that you are talking about is not everywhere, right? So it's gonna trigger the audience, your ICP specifically. So yeah, again, the last one is build trust over time. Less noise, more resonance. Your brand becomes the go in your lane. Yeah, this is the main checklist, right? This is the essence of this approach, right? These are the things that you will get while following these type of content, right? So yeah, this is all we have for this video. And I hope this is making sense to you guys, right? And if you want this talk, maybe check the description or comment idea and I will send it to you. Thank you.